All right, all right. Hello, everyone, and now welcome to a match between StarBuck and MaDFroG, two players from the European scene. Well, very, very entertaining match. First thing I want to say, this is from the ESL Season 1 Pro Tour European Qualifier, and StarBuck actually chose random. It's very, very rare that you get to see professional players actually play random. It's not something that happens very often. Dennis, I thought you followed a long time ago. Maybe you unfollowed and now said, wait, I want to leave a comment. Yep, sorry, followers only chat here tries to help minimize the number of trolls. But then again, trolls sometimes just stick around for 10 minutes to troll me anyways. Let's go ahead and break things down here. StarBuck spawning as, well, the red night elf over here on the bottom left-hand side of the map. Meanwhile, over here on the top right, we have MaDFroG, known for his gargoyle play, spawning as the blue undead. Now, with him known for his gargoyle play, he may actually be happy that StarBuck chose or got random into Night Elf. We'll see if MaDFroG does go for that mass gargoyle strategy here on Concealed Hill. Concealed Hill is one of those maps that has an odd number of gold mines, this center gold mine being extremely important, as you control that gold mine, you're actually controlling one of the most important resource in the game, gold. 23 versus 35-year-olds, clash of the generations. I thought a generation was every 20 years, but well, we'll see if that is the case. I do want to see new blood in the game. And as we're looking at, well, players playing against each other, considering the fact that how old was StarBuck when this game first came out? This game is 17 years old. StarBuck was 6 maybe. All right, so yeah, I guess that does make it a game of the generations here, as we're looking at, well, this Acolyte going after a Wisp. Is he actually going to get a Wisp kill? Yes, he does. All right, so MaDFroG getting first blood here on Concealed Hill, getting a kill on a Wisp, and it looked like, well, StarBuck was not aware of what was happening. Coming back around, is he going to do it again as the Acolyte going after a second Wisp? All right, this is actually... I don't know. This is actually a little bit scary as the Hunter's Hall now getting placed down there. If that Acolyte actually got 2 kills, things would not be going well at all. Keeper of the Grove now making its way back. There's a quick detonation taking down one of those carry-on beetles. More units continuing to fight as another Wisp could get taken down. There's a beetle and there's a detonation giving level 2 to that Keeper of the Grove. All right, Crypt Lord now trying to head back away as the Acolyte says, you know what? I want to improve my kill-death ratio. Let me go ahead and kill some more of these Wisps as well. Poor little Wisps have no way to really fight back. Carry-on beetles now making their way into the fight as well. As you can see, well, why isn't StarBuck playing this harassment with that gold mine? You can just drop in a low hit point Wisp into the entangled gold mine, as they are very well protected. There you go. That's exactly what we're seeing now. Low hit point Wisp getting dropped in as the archers finishing off some of those remaining units. Meanwhile, back outside, Keeper of the Grove still battling it with that Crypt Lord. MaDFroG coming across here, getting in some damage as there is 2 Moonwells to try and protect all of these archers. Carry-on beetles do deal normal damage, making it difficult for these archers to stick around. Archers do not have a lot of hit points. They are, and at medium armor, well, they do fall rather fast. Skeletal minions still making their way through. It looks like the archers will be able to focus down these skeletal minions enough, as the Crypt Lord is still just sticking around with double sacrificial skull. I'm not quite sure what that is going to be used for, as another skeletal minion gets taken out here. StarBuck, well, StarBuck at first losing a Wisp to an Acolyte. Now MaDFroG, well, a good 4 minutes into this game, behind by a full level, now buying Boots of Speed. What exactly is this Crypt Lord trying to do? Crypt Lord heading back off to the north now. Acolyte gonna fall at the hands of the archers. Keeper of the Grove. And this unorthodox game is, well, still unorthodox. As we're looking at the Crypt Lord now making its making his rounds, trying to do a little bit of creeping. Ent's going to join in on the fight. Criplord sitting at level 1. Huntress now joining in, as well as we are going to see perhaps the death of another ghoul right there in Tangle, finishing off a unit. And still, all of this creeping getting underway. MaDFroG going to lose perhaps another ghoul right here. No death coil to try and save it, as that Keeper of the Grove inches towards level 3 and a definite advantage. All right, Skeletal Minion's going to focus down this Ent right here. It's going to get... Oh, does not get denied. The Keeper of the Grove does not get that last hit. Level 2 now on that Criplord, as this little beetle tries to get away. Is it going to be able to hide itself? It looks as though the Keeper of the Grove going to go ahead and get that denial shot off there, though. All right, Huntresses still causing some problems, as this Huntress going after this Criplord. Double Sacrificial Skull on the Criplord is still confusing me. Sacrificial Skulls are not free, so by going into Sacrificial Skulls, well, he has, and using them, it actually delays his tech and some other abilities. Goblin Alchemist is also out here onto the field as well. Acid Bomb onto that Criplord. Criplord could have a lot of problems indeed, and the Criplord has chosen to go Impale as opposed to the additional plus armor. With that, the Criplord is going to be taking a large amount of damage, since he's the only real ground presence, and so far as the archers are massing up to deal with these gargoyles in the air. Alright, it looks like there was a ritual dagger used to try and heal up the Criplord. Regeneration being applied. More gargoyles getting added in, as well as the corners of the map. Well, carrion beetles and gargoyles can clear out these red fountains of health quickly. All right, back across over here. Tree of Life has been scouted out. We're looking at units making their way down. Gargoyle's going to go ahead and perhaps go after these red drakes here in just a second. Ghoul is going to be getting into position. Here we go after that red drake, as that Criplord going to be absorbing a good amount of damage, and that red drake is taken down. Alright, Gargoyles, why aren't they finishing off the remainder of this creep camp? That is the question. Also placing down Blight here, so I guess he's just marking his territory, allowing for even faster regeneration next to this Fountain of Health. Passive regeneration from the Blight coupled with a regeneration from that Fountain of Health should make short work of everything here, as that Criplord gets to level 3. Level 3 on that Criplord. Sobi Mask now picked up as the, well, stronger carrion beetles making their way through. What is my thoughts on what Blizzard? It seems like their priorities were a little bit lost. Anyways, let's go ahead and get back into this game here. Ogre Lord trapped in between the tavern and, well, all these units here. Ogre Lord will get taken down pretty easily. Down it goes. Endurance Aura given to the Keeper of the Grove. 5% attack speed increase and also a 10% movement speed increase, as the Tree of Life has now been scouted out. All right, a quick impale right there. Wisp could get taken down. 2 Wisp already lost, as the Wisp were perhaps going to try to entangle a gold mine. The beetles are still here looking to finish off this Tree of Life, as we're looking at damage being added up by that Goblin Alchemist. Alchemist able to attack those gargoyles with range damage. Low hit point gargoyle escaping at 10 hit points. Repair now underway. Is it going to be enough to finish things off, as the Keeper of the Grove entangles the Criplord long enough to prevent him from attacking for a little bit? All right, there goes that Tree of Life. Does cost a gargoyle or 2, as the units are now, or 3, as all of those units are retreating once more. All right, fighting back on getting back onto Blight here, trying to heal back up again. He lost a lot. MaDFroG down to 24 supply compared to 34 over 50. Both sides' armies are rather small, and the archers can deal a large amount of damage to those gargoyles. It doesn't seem like the right unit choice, but this is MaDFroG we're talking about here. If a particular strategy is not working, consider, well, just diving head first and trying to make more of that particular unit than your opponent can. That seems to be the particular strategy here. Burrowed Carrion Beetle just going to do a little bit of scouting left. If he does get up a big impale along that archer line, that could work out well. The beetles are now just going after these moonwells and constantly harassing Normally, carrion beetles do not work well against Night Elf since there isn't a gold mine to harass. Scroll of Town Portal finally being used there as a couple of gargoyles. Nope. Very, very long range, finishing off a gargoyle then and there. All right, couple of burrowed units here. I guess a wisp or two detonated to prevent the destruction of a Moonwell as the Crypt Lord used the Scroll of Town Portal to head back. 33 supply compared to 38. This is not your standard game whatsoever. Both sides are not massing up to 50 and then trying to duke it out. I don't see any expansions underway, and still we have a sacrificial skull on that Crypt Lord who hasn't really used it yet. Sorry, the items are not refreshing properly for some strange reason. Still says that, well, MaDFroG has a Scroll of Town Portal. All right, I guess it only refreshes once an item is picked up, not when it is used. As we're looking at the Forest Troll High Priest now taken down there. Staff of Teleportation now picked up by the Crypt Lord. Meanwhile, back off to the north here, Alchemist gets up to level 3. Keeper of the Grove inching to level 4. Scroll of Healing purchased from the Goblin Merchant Shop to help deal with that Impale. All right, we're looking at a couple of Moonwells getting canceled there, and in comes the Alchemist and the Keeper of the Grove. Where are the remaining archers? The remaining archers could perhaps get in a couple of easy shots right here as they're going to try and fight their way through. A Huntress going to get caught in the wrong spot, and it's going to get taken down. And what is this? All of a sudden, StarBuck, he used the Scroll of Town Portal, but he was not able to save the remainder of his units, as perhaps a handful of these units will get taken down. However, a Scroll of Healing used in time. Death Knight now out onto the field to perhaps keep that Crypt Lord alive and well. Healing Spray being used once more as the Huntress trying to stay alive, unable to do so. The beetles are now eating their way through many of those archers too, and all of a sudden MaDFroG's army, much larger than StarBuck, as a big shock and turnaround in play. Death Knight, well, getting closer to level 2, as we are looking at 2-0 upgraded gargoyles. As we are at Black Citadel, perhaps we will be picking up an Orb of Corruption momentarily. All right, going after the other Red Drake creep camp. MaDFroG making use of these gargoyles to take down the Red Drakes very, very fast. They're gonna it's gonna get taken down as the Death Knight and the remaining units are now fighting over here at the Fountain of Health. Who has the Fountain of Health advantage? That is the question as the Keeper of the Grove shows up. Level 4, level 3 compared to level 4, level 2. And the Alchemist, well, is fighting next to a Fountain of Health. Does have a staff of, or does have a potion of lesser invulnerability. Death Knight able to use a staff of teleportation to get out of a tight spot as the Crypt Lord now making its way back around as well. Gargoyles trying to escape through. Are we going to see some damage getting added up? Alchemist could end up Alchemist could end up getting taken down. I believe there was a Scroll of Healing used once more. Another volley of attacks as the Alchemist down to 107 hit points. Is there enough for another Impale? No, there is not. More damage added in as the Keeper of the Grove able to escape. That Endurance Aura definitely helping for faster movement speed away from that battle. All right. Gargoyle is going to go ahead and perhaps try and finish off the remainder of these ends here. Ogre Magi could easily get taken down in just a matter of seconds. And then that Ogre Warrior, Death Knight, now coming back across the field, wants to stay next to that Fountain of Health, perhaps heal up very, very quickly, as that Death Knight does also have Unholy Aura. Keeper of the Grove sitting at 4, Alchemist sitting at 3. Well, double Wands of Illusion, and I liked that play. Alchemist purposely gave the Wands of Illusion, or sorry, the Keeper of the Grove purposely gave the Wands of Illusion to the Alchemist, and then cast the illusion on the Keeper of the Grove. By doing that, well, if you click on the Keeper of the Grove, you can't actually tell if there was a Wand of Illusion used, as the item is not on him any longer. So far, though, Keeper of the Grove just doing a little bit of scouting. The center portion of the map, 47 supply compared to 42. StarBuck, is he going to be able to make the correct play here? Perhaps trying to get Acid Bomb and then Archers. That is a lot of illusionary Archers in here as well. As those illusionary... Oh, the reveal are going to go ahead and finish off the remaining of MaDFroG's units. All right, Archers, illusionary Archers in that front line. It looks like this one Ziggurat is just pretty much... is going to get completed in time. It will, but first taking a couple bits of damage from some Archers and some Dryads. All right, Dryads with less range than these Archers with improved bows. We're looking at the Gargoyles now finishing off the remainder of this creep camp as we see a Lich as the third hero. Lich as the third hero, already sitting at almost halfway to level 2, does have Frost Nova. Where are these units going? That is my question now, as archers and Ents are just staying nearby. All right. There is that an illusion right there. That's just pretty much going to be ignored. The remainder of this creep camp will get cleared up pretty fast. There goes those, as we see the Keeper of the Grove now showing up onto the battlefield. There's an Impale picking up many of those units. Frost Nova adding in damage, as we now see the Crypt Lord sitting at level 5. Healing Spray trying to counteract all of that damage right there as the units backing up. 47 supply compared to 39. StarBuck a little bit left behind here as the Death Knight tried the Death Coil off the Forest Troll High Priest, only to see him heal himself up just enough. Death Knight could be in a little bit of trouble. He is entangled, but it is just an illusion attacking him. All right, unit's going to try and engage once more. There goes an ensnare on the MaDFroG's Gargoyle. Are we going to see a Death Coil try to save that unit? Nope. Remainder units show up onto the battlefield to draw away the attention. Death Knight now sitting at level 3. Forest Troll High Priest healed back up, will get taken down here. Death Knight now at level 3 with level 2 death. Nope, level 1 Death Coil still hasn't trained up level 2 Death Coil as of yet. Keeper of the Grove making its rounds here. Ents gonna end up, well, get cleaned up here in just a second. Null Overseer gonna fall, as we may see StarBuck trying to set up an expansion here soon. Meanwhile, back down across here, the Crypt Lord is sitting at level 5. He is looking at level 3 beetles, so those beetles are very powerful, as the Tree of Life is gonna make its way back over. Gargoyle is going straight after those Dryads. Dryads taking quite a bit of damage, but we see a lot of Abolish magic onto all of those beetles, and that's just gonna feed experience. All right, are we gonna see I would have thought we would have seen some sort of Impale here. We don't. A Healing Spray counteracting, as we are looking at a lot of beetles just popping up out of the ground as the Dryads no longer have enough mana. All right, Alchemist trying to attack to the air right now. No Obsidian statues to keep all of these units alive, as Gargoyle after Gargoyle falling from the sky. StarBuck 48 supply compared to 36, and now starting to take the economic advantage. Dryads are there to counter the beetles. Meanwhile, the archers are there to counter all of the gargoyles, as archer after archer could easily get taken down if he is not careful. Death Coil finishes off that archer there. Death Knight gets entangled, could be in a little bit of problems, needs to back up. Well, Frost Nova trying to slow everything down. Death Knight forced to use the Scroll of Town, or sorry, Potion of Greater Healing in order to, well, still be able to get away, taking a little bit of acid bomb damage as well. Down to 540 hit points after using that Potion of Greater Healing. Meanwhile, back off to the north here, we see one Ancient Protector stopping MaDFroG from being able to set up the expansion. Tree of Life already entangling the gold mine. It is about done. Main gold mines have about 3 minutes of mining, or a little bit more than 3 minutes of mining left. So expansions are going to be incredibly important as this game goes on. Keeper of the Grove shifting their way back off to the north. The expansions have 20 minutes of mining, so that is important to keep track of. And what is this? It looks like StarBuck is going to be able to shut down MaDFroG's expansion before it even gets up and operational. StarBuck is now starting to take a little bit of a lead here with level, well, but is currently behind in terms of hero experience. Level 5 and level 3, almost level 3, going up against a level 4, level 4. The next couple of kills are going to matter drastically if the Keeper of the Grove is able to get there. However, the Lich, barely saved at the last possible moment. A large Impale. Are we going to see a Frost Nova used there? No, we are not. I thought we would have seen a Frost Nova to try to take down some of those archers, but that did not happen. A Crypt Lord still dancing around back and forth. Lich still low on hit points, but now back on Blight, as we are seeing our first, I believe, Obsidian statue. Get this guy on back to WarCraft. Neo and Remo know who I am. We met each other at DreamHack, and they're great guys. I'm actually, I even have their new hoodie right behind me. So yeah, they know who I am. They know I am also just a play-by-play commentator, and also don't have the time to do it full time. So that's the reason. I got 3 girls, I got a family to feed, but I still love WarCraft 3. But thank you. You're doing really good. I'm doing really well. Yes. All right. I'm doing a good job, and I'm casting well. Keeper of the Grove now back out onto the field. back out onto the field, still here out onto the field here. We're looking at, well, what StarBuck is going to be doing. Economically speaking, MaDFroG really needs to throw everything at his opponent. WarCraft 3 kids, now I get it. Yeah. Well, hopefully no WarCraft 4. Anyways, a carry-on beetle's quickly getting abolished magic right there. And my oldest one's actually watching me cast right now. Couple of easy burrows. And is this going to give level 5 to the Keeper of the Grove? That could be a problem. There's an entangle, and now StarBuck gets up to level 5 on the dot. 1400 experience, and getting to level 5 on the dot is that going to be, yes, level 3 entangle, and the entangle has really been slowing and causing problems. Yes, there is an obsidian statue out onto the field, but I don't believe Destroyer form has been upgraded. At this point in stage in the game, StarBuck knows that his opponent is not currently mining. With that said, he can continue to hang back just a little bit, let this economic advantage drive him into, 5 to 10 more supply before engaging in that next fight. However, is sitting on a rather large bank. He's sitting on 1,600 gold and is not spending all of it. Meanwhile, StarBuck is about to, finish mining down across over here, so it will be one base to one base for a little bit of time. All right, that second sacrificial skull finally, looks like it was finally used, or was that ziggurat set up off over here? Perhaps if StarBuck can catch some units in transit, he'll be able to come out ahead. In comes the Night Elf army. StarBuck ready to push. MaDFroG trying to, hold on to this. A Spirit Tower and a Nerubian Tower trying to get set up as we're looking at the Alchemist now in that frontline spot. Here comes the engagement. Dryad's now trying to pull back. There was a Scroll of the Beast used. Keeper of the Grove now engaging here as the Alchemist continuing to pull. There's a major impale going across multiple units. Are we going to see a Frost Nova? Yes, we are. Healing Spray counteracting that Frost Nova as the units are now trying to pull back. Gargoyles continuing to push here. Archers in that back line. Are they going to be able to focus down any units as the Dryads are falling? Impale coming back up again once more. Followed up Frost Nova. There is that Healing Spray and followed up by a Scroll of Healing. StarBuck knowing exactly the right combinations to try and mitigate all of that damage there. Keeper of the Grove down to 55 hit points. Healing Spray now being used on him instead, as that front line may end up taking a little bit of damage. Lich in trouble though. Lich needs to be able to get some mana in order to get some Frost Novas, otherwise those archers are just going to be able to escape, as the Obsidian statue is hanging back a little bit too far, unable to provide any cover. More beetles are getting eaten up here. 37 supply compared to 45. Units are trying to get retrained back up, and this one Obsidian statue not being part of the battle and being away from the Nerubian towers and off of Blight had a big effect right there, as you see the Keeper of the Grove, ventured in a little bit too close. Keeper of the Grove in a lot of trouble, being forced to use a Scroll of Town Portal, which means that this expansion is going to end up getting taken down to 68 hit points, down to 44. Scroll of Town Portal, no repairs. This Obsidian statue saying, hello, what's going on? And finally rejoining in on the fight as MaDFroG has a slight gold lead there. All right. Tree of Eternity has now been established in the center portion of the map. The problem with moving your Tree of Eternity is Scrolls of Town Portal, Staffs of Preservation do not bring you close to your Moonwells, so you no longer have access to those instantaneous heals. Gargoyles now finding the entangled gold mine, but unable to harass the wisps as they're able to jump on inside. All right, Alchemist is right there. Are we going to see some engagement? Abolish Magic, level 5 onto the Alchemist. Alchemist, here we go. Are we going to see level 3 Healing Spray? We are. So level 3 Healing Spray to counteract all of that damage right there, as MaDFroG, slow poison onto some of those beetles just to get a little bit of experience. And now Acid Bomb onto those Gargoyles. Gargoyle is going to be taking that damage over time as well. And they are all clumped together with, only one armor. Those archers will be able to deal large amounts of damage here. We are looking at a Druid of the Claw for rejuvenation purposes only. Meanwhile, this haunted gold mine is getting repaired, as there are a couple of Spirit Tower or a couple of towers right next to it to prevent it from being taken out so quickly and easily. 14 gold a second compared to 7 gold a second, 2 bases to 1, as this burrowed carrion beetle scouting out the enemy's location rather easily. Where are we going to perhaps be going to next? Keeper of the Grove. Ents joining in on the fight. They're going to try and absorb some of that damage from those towers. Meanwhile, the Undead is going to be coming in from the back. Lich is ready to go with plenty of mana for Frost Novas onto the archers. And here in comes that battle. There's that Frost Nova. There's some damage. Healing Spray not in time for one of those archers. And the Impale not hitting the Alchemist, hitting almost everything else there, as that damage is now adding up rather quickly. All right, are we going to see more Healing Spray? Once again, 60 supply compared to 54. MaDFroG having a slight, MaDFroG now back uneven. Keeper of the Grove getting to get an entangle onto that Death Knight. Death Knight could end up getting taken down. Death Knight falls at level 4 as the Lich gets to level 4 himself. Healing Spray trying to keep the Keeper of the Grove alive, but the Keeper of the Grove walked away from it, and he was frozen in his tracks. Archers finishing off some more units as well. More damage adding up. Alchemist almost getting up to level 6. Are we going to see another level 6 Alchemist today? That seems to be the question, as the Keeper of the Grove is getting resurrected very close as well. All right, more Healing Spray being used. You can see all of that damage just getting added back up as the Alchemist adding more experience to his name. 100 experience shy, and that is it, as we're looking at more damage coming back through. Alchemist turning back around more. Are we going to see that? Well, wow. That gargoyle down to 34 hit points, almost taken down. Slow poison having quite the effect. This middle base is going to be key. I always said it. Middle base, odd number of gold mines on a map makes positioning and aggressive, and it rewards being aggressive and proactive. All right, continuing to fight again. There is that Frost Nova once more, and there goes that gargoyle. Alchemist now trying to back away. Keeper of the Grove now back out onto the field, as we are seeing Healing Spray being used. Keeper of the Grove down to 184 hit points. What is going on here? Potion of Lesser Invulnerability. Impale now onto the Alchemist. Alchemist now in trouble, and StarBuck just falling at the hands of MaDFroG's massive heroes. All right, level 5 Alchemist now taken down. Lich could have a bit of trouble right here. Is he going to end up getting taken down, as there is no Death Knight to try and save him? More damage adding back in. It looks as though, yes, that Lich is going to get taken down, as the Keeper of the Grove now has access to Tranquility. Level 4 Lich has fallen here. Impale, however, picking up many of those remaining units. What army are you going to have left as the Keeper of the Grove tries to make its way over? We see an entangle onto that one Crypt Lord. It's going to get taken out. And all of a sudden, all of the heroes, bad day to be a hero, Death Knight, Lich, and Crypt Lord all taken out. Even the Alchemist and the Keeper of the Grove. Alchemist is back out onto the field. It does have level 6, so it does have access to Transmute. And at this point in stage in the game, an Alchemist without mana, it just doesn't make any sense. All right, more damage added back in. Are we going to see some more slow poison? No, Orb of Venom was used right there. Keeper of the Grove going after that unit again. It's going to end up getting taken down. Keeper of the Grove has to be very careful. These beetles still cause the damage. And what is going on here as the Obsidian statues are coming back over? Gonna finally finish off that unit there. Alchemist wants to finish off more units. Let's take a look. Staff of Teleportation. Death Knight, perhaps? Death Knight now back out onto the field. Could perhaps heal up that Lich, as the units are going to go ahead and regather themselves. All right, this Alchemist really far from home, and all of a sudden wasn't expecting so much to be done right there. Alchemist now needing to retreat down to 109 hit points. And is it going to be able to escape? It is down to 48 hit points, trying to escape. Are we going to see another entangle? Death Knight gets up to level 5. So death of the ultimate heroes, as that level 6 Alchemist and the level 6 Keeper of the Grove fall. All right, Lich now back out onto the field. Keeper of the Grove back out onto the field. And I don't know what's going on here either. I'm trying to assess the situation as well. 37 supply compared to 38. I am at a loss. As the Tree of Eternity is still mining away. All right, that center gold mine. Keeper of the Grove gets off an entangle, and this could be the death of the Lich. Lich adding in a lot of damage already. There we go. You can see that Lich already down to 267 hit points after a level 3 death coil tried to save it. So it was back up to 600 momentarily, and now down to, well, nearly down to dead, as that Orb of Venom is just slowly ticking away. There it goes. Level 7 now on that Keeper of the Grove, as the, well, units still trying to battle it through. All right, slow poison onto that Death Knight. Death Knight now trying to head back. Crypt Lord, is it going to make a sudden appearance all of a sudden? As we've seen I don't know. This feels like more like a NASCAR race than a Formula One race, right? If you consider NASCAR races, every time there was a lead change compared to a Formula One, that's what this was. Hero deaths being the lead change, constant hero deaths. Making a very big impact on this game here as the Ents now joining in on the fight to stop any mining coming in from this expansion here. All right, Gargoyle is now coming back around. Death Knight, Frost Nova, or no, not Frost Nova, Death Coil finishing off an Archer right there. Alchemist, is it getting resurrected? Yes, and we should definitely see some mana. As soon as that Alchemist is out onto the field, these Obsidian statues are gold. Are golden. Yeah, literally, they are going to be golden. I believe the Alchemist was just going to dive on in and then transmute those Obsidian statues. We see Death Pact as the third ability coming in from the Death Knight. Death Knight apparently not wanting Unholy Aura level 3. And what is this? He has not resurrected his Crypt Lord. His Crypt Lord sitting at level 6 is still down and out right now. Instead, having a level 6 Death Knight and a level 6 and a level 4, almost level 5 Lich being resurrected. Dryads now being forced to back away again. We are looking at the Keeper of the Grove making its pressure and presence known as well. How much damage can they really deal here as that low hit point Dryad, needs to back away. Nope, ends up getting taken down. All right, more damage coming back through. Gargoyles now making their way over as well. Alchemist does have should have enough mana. There is that Tranquility, and damage is pretty much going to be negated for a small bit of time as all of that damage is going to be healed up constantly. Transmute should be coming in perhaps onto an Obsidian statue. Why not? Come on, go transmute an Obsidian statue. You know you want to. Oh, come on. All right. And there you go. There's that transmute, getting that gold back up and finishing off both Obsidian statues in pretty much no time flat. Keeper of the Grove out onto the field. Staff of Preservation saving some of those other units as well as the Gargoyles are trying to dodge and dive away. It looks like they will be able to escape at sub 10 hit points, and this Spirit Tower will. All right, Lich and Death Knight staying nearby, but that Death Knight is going to have a very bad day if an Entangle goes down on him. There goes a quick Frost Nova as an Entangle goes down onto the Lich instead. Death Knight going to be able to Death Coil that Lich to keep him alive. Healing Spray trying to save those remaining units as well as another Acid Bomb goes down here. And there is a good game well played as the Death Knight and the Lich fall finally again. StarBuck taking out MaDFroG in what has got to be one of the most entertaining games I've seen in quite some time. StarBuck making good use of that center expansion. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Concealed Hill, one of my favorite maps just because that center expansion means so much and some interesting fights are brought around there. We didn't see MaDFroG really contest that center expansion at all, and that gave StarBuck the ability to just slowly gain an advantage over time. Mass Archers and Dryads going up against those Gargoyles, multiple deaths from all of those heroes, making for a great game. Thanks for watching. How many hero deaths? All right, let's take a look. 11. 11 hero kills in this game. StarBuck being able to finish off and keep that Crypt Lord knocked out, even though MaDFroG had more experience across his 3 heroes. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.